Hi everyone, so this is a tricky topic to talk about. If you think love is hard, try talking about it. Okay, so a while back I did a video on gratitude. It's called Gratitude, High Vibrational or something like that. And since then I've been thinking and wanting to do more videos on high vibrational states, high vibrational emotions, etc. High vibrations. And I'm feeling prompted to try and do the video on love today. Oh, I'm not sure where to start. Okay. There is an interesting message from the Lover's card in Tarot that says that love, there's 3 states of love. And you can think of it as an evolution. On the lowest level, the least evolved level, there is codependency, and it's codependency, lust, and sexual attraction, desires, and that's about where it stays, which is where a lot of people are, or a lot of us go through it anyway. Basically, you don't love yourself fully, and you're looking for someone who can love the parts of you that you don't love. And so you're looking for something that you want to be given to you by someone else. And you may also be looking to give something to someone else and have them appreciate it. You may also be looking to feel safer or feel whole, feel complete, if you view yourself as half of a circle and you're looking for the other half. And that's the first state. The second state is when you love yourself and you feel independent enough or complete. You feel like a full circle. And you get involved in a relationship with another person who's in the same situation. They feel full circle, they love themselves, and it's an interdependent relationship. It's not based on need. I have this lack in me and I need someone to fill it. I have, hormones and I need to release them. It's two people who feel complete in their lives as is. They have enough love for themselves as is, and enough peace, and they feel complete enough as is, and they find someone else that feels similar, and together they create a third thing from that, their relationship. So it's interdependent relationships. It's when you get together with somebody and you're expanding your love out. It's, I can do so much good in the world by myself. This other person, and you're attracted to them, or you like them, you value them, you see things in them, you feel warm and fuzzy about them still, or not. It doesn't necessarily have to be a sexual relationship. But it's not about feeling like my world would fall apart if they were gone. It's about, I'm doing all this stuff on my own, and now that this other person is here, wow, look at the love multiply. Look what we can create together, and creating these things, whether it's spreading compassion and love further to your family, to community where the world in general, or just your relationship as this whole third thing that's birthed from the 2 poles. Hopefully I explained that well enough. Then the third state is a more spiritual thing yet. It's where you love unconditionally everyone and everything. You love yourself fully, and you see the divine in everything. You see source energy in everything. You see that, and you feel love, and it's love. This could involve embodying love, I'm not sure. But that leads me on to the next thing I wanted to talk about, and please stick with me. I might lose some people on this, and I'm hoping not to. But I was reading something recently, and it was very interesting, and when I reflected upon it, I found some really interesting things. And when I'm reading this book, I'm half skeptical, but what I read was that when you say you love someone, you're actually stepping out of love, and that's not the fullest, truest expression of love. Because the truest, fullest expression of love means that you embody love. You become love. It is you. You are one thing. You and love are the same thing. And when you put the I there, as in I love you, you've separated it. Who is this I doing this thing? Okay? It's as if I were to say, I Sabrina, you become separate. And I thought this was very interesting, and when I thought back on my past, I've met quite a few different people. I've had a number of interactions with people throughout my life, and I've traveled a little bit. And there's members of my family that never said I love you very much, but there were questions at times, but I know they loved me. And also, I've met people, and I've had relationships with people and interactions with people where, in different degrees, on a romantic level and also on a friendship level, I definitely felt love for them, but I could never say it. It didn't feel right. And looking back on that, I realized that in some of these situations, that's what it was. That's really what it was, is I became love. I was love, and I was too busy doing it. I was too busy being love to separate myself out and say, I love you. It felt wrong, because I was just loving. I was love. So I'm not trying to say don't say I love you to people, or that when people say I love you to you that it's not real. Okay? At some times, and certain people, need to express that, need to say I love you. And it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that they don't love you by saying that, unless you feel that it does. But and on the other end of it, certain people, it makes them feel good to hear I love you. It makes them feel loved. So I'm not trying to suggest that there's any reason to stop saying I love you to others, okay? I say I love you to my boyfriend, and I'm not trying to say that I love to my, these other people who I felt love around or for or with. I'm not trying to say that I loved them more than him or anything like that. We don't need to do that. We don't need to always break things down into details like that and get confused. But I just wanted to share this thing that I read and, some of my inner world and perspective about it, because I found it interesting, and I am going to go with that in this video, that love is not separate from you. Being in the high vibrational state of love, truly and fully, means embodying love and being love. Okay, so we want to go from there. some of the things that keep us from feeling this more, from being one with love and feeling love within ourselves, and from external sources as well, because it's a mirror, are the things that are uncomfortable about ourselves, things that we're confused about, shadows, our own shadows, things that we don't like about ourselves. So some things that I've found helpful to cultivate more love are really working with your heart chakra. It's a very important one. But doing shadow work, I think, has helped me as well. I've certainly got a ways to go, but it's helped me get to where I am. Doing shadow work, looking within, going into the past, looking at cycles and things that you're doing that don't feel right, looking at where their root is, which is generally in childhood, where the actual root is, and being able to accept what you don't like, accept it in the now, what you don't like about yourself, love yourself in spite of it. Doesn't mean that you can't change it at all. It doesn't have to be, well, I'm overweight and I hate that. Oh, okay, now I love myself and I don't have any goals to lose weight. No, it's understanding that the past is the past, the present is the present, the future is the future. We have our brains have a limited understanding of what time is. Time is actually not what it appears to us to be. However, what we did in the past resulted in the present. What we see in front of us right now is not a reflection of the future. It's a reflection of the past. In the present, we have the ability to manifest the future. The things we are doing in the present, the future will be the result of it. And coming from higher vibrational states, such as love, also gratitude, and a lot of other ones, compassion, a lot of them. But being in a high vibrational state makes us a match to high vibrations. Being in a low vibrational state makes us a match to low vibrations. So being in a state of self-love, loving yourself, or starting to embody love. I'll get into that more soon. Anyway, being in the state of love is making us a vibration to love, more love. You can't take a shortcut. You can't suppress and lie to yourself about it. You can't say, I'm really overweight and I love myself because I want to be in a vibration of love, when truly that's not what you're feeling. If you're truly feeling disgust or anger or any of that. And you just have to be brave. You have to be brave. Yes, being in low vibrational states is a match to low vibrations. However, acceptance is a higher vibrational state. So being in a state of acceptance about what you're feeling in the moment can help move you up the scale. I'm going to post some more information about this in a link below. It's going to be a Teal Swan video. Hopefully I can find the right one. Please check that out, because I'm going to move on. Another thing that I've found is there's that cliche saying of you can't love anyone until you love yourself. And I've seen a number of things that have made me question this. I've seen a lot of people who did not love themselves, who were very martyr-ish, who would not take care of themselves, always put themselves last, but would be very generous, very giving, and always the first to jump up and help somebody out. And I thought to myself, well, isn't that love? You know, isn't that an act of love, what they're doing for other people? And, you know, it doesn't matter. Yes, no, whatever. It's an opinion, whether that's loving or not. But you run out of energy, you get depleted. And if that's true about the fullest, truest state of love, being the embodiment of love, of just being love and radiating love, then you have to love yourself first, because you have to transform yourself into love, and you can't transform yourself into love while you're feeling anything but love for yourself. You can't. So yes, I have noticed some things about, you know, projecting and mirroring, and that little, I don't know if you want to call it a pyramid, but those 3 levels of love. I've noticed truth in these things. When we feel like we are unlovable, so that we can't love ourselves, when we don't love ourselves, we become needy for others to fix this problem. I can't deal with it, you know. I'm too much of a burden. Ugh, I don't like me, you know. You deal with it. Oh, you like me, good, you know. You fix these things in me. You make them okay. You balance me out, so I don't have to, you know. It doesn't matter that I'm this way, because you'll overshadow it with your awesome quality to be the opposite. Things like that. And we can pull that into our world, and no one can change us and the things inside of us except us. I mean, other people can catalyst it, you know, but they can't do the inner work. We have to do the inner work for ourselves, and nobody can love us from the inside except us. So I have noticed love in my life, and my perception of love, and love in my reality, what I see, change substantially from doing shadow work, from going vegan and making the connection, like that universal everybody matters, love everybody thing, making the connection that all beings matter and my actions are important, and living just a more compassionate life. And also, you know, the veganism is healthier, and so how I was taking care of myself was more loving and caring. And so I've definitely noticed changes with that. And even beyond that, the healthier I get with my vegan diet, the healthier my vegan diet is, I can see, if I look at it, I can see that reflected in my reality. I can see it reflected in the way I feel about myself, in the energy I have, in the moods and the tone of my voice, and the way I communicate with other people, and the way I interact with them, the love that I'm able to give them. Yeah, and just in inner work, energy work, and self-acceptance and love, and connecting with other high vibrational emotions, allowing myself to do that, knowing I'm like that. The more I love myself, the more I have learned to love myself, the more my outer reality has changed, because I definitely was somebody who lived in that lowest vibration for a while, where I felt I was very wounded by my past. I felt very insufficient, very lacking, very incomplete, incapable, very wanting, very wanting, to be desired, to be loved, to have somebody else validate my worth, somebody else see that I'm worth something. I needed it proved to me. I needed somebody else to prove it to me that I was worth love, or that I was, worthy of existing even. And during those times, I learned a lot, but I was attracting people who were a vibrational match to that. They had their own issues that were similar. And a lot of heartache and suffering involved in that, a lot of disappointment, a lot of, putting the responsibility of loving yourself on somebody else and trusting that, and then having it become something where you feel unloved, that you were tricked, or they fell out of love with you. That's even worse. They did love me and now they don't. It's very erratic and chaotic and painful, and I've even gotten myself in situations of violence on more than one occasion, and verbal violence, physical violence, all kinds of violence, because it is that low vibrational state. I'm desperate. I'm desperately needing a void filled. It's very hurried, very rushed, because you're desperately needing something. It's very clingy, very attached, very but it all comes from, I think it all comes from the misunderstanding of putting conditions on love. Preferences are different than conditions on love. You can prefer things. You can prefer to be talked to a certain way. You can prefer all kinds of things. But unconditional love is what allows you to love yourself when you don't like things about yourself. So for any of you who haven't reached that state, I wish you success getting there. And it's not necessarily something where you just climb the ladder and never fall back down. But I do feel like, the more you become a match to high vibrational things, the easier it is to keep being a match to it and have it in your life and become it. And the more familiar it is, the easier you know how to get to it, and so on. What else, if anything? I feel like the video has been pretty long. I'm not sure how long the other one was on gratitude. I forget. But just when you get to the other state of being able to love yourself fully and love another person who also loves themselves fully, it's very rewarding to, and don't worry about being in a relationship with another person. If you love yourself unconditionally and fully, you're allowed to not like things about yourself. But if you actually love yourself fully, and that means taking enough time to, that means dedicating yourself to certain things, caring about yourself, knowing that you're worth it. It's not the details, it's the path. It's staying on the path. It's not, never stumbling or never making a wrong turn. It's knowing that you're always going north, if that makes sense to people. I don't know. It's very rewarding the more you can expand your heart and your circle of love and compassion, and recognize source in everything. It's very rewarding indeed. So I know I gave suggestions of ways, specific ways that you can be in or get to know the vibration of gratitude when I did that video. So I want to do that for this one. But it's hard to do specifics with this. One thing, go vegan. Really, one thing, go vegan. Because It's the best thing for the earth. It's the best thing for your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, all of it. It's the best thing for you. It's the best thing for so many animals. It's the best thing for humans. And when you are making choices, you eventually see them reflected. I don't say this in a way because I want people to, oh, okay, what's in it for me? And I'll do this and I'll wait around to see what's in it for me. No. Genuinely develop the love for yourself and everyone around you to make that change. It's a loving thing to do, and it will increase, it will bring you in the vibration of love. Okay, so that's one. Number 2, heart chakra meditations. Just check in with your heart center, like observe it. No, okay, I've got to get another one. Good. Anything to heal your heart chakra. So learn about the heart chakra and work with it. Number 3, meditation. Giving yourself time to be, to just be, because you are worth it. Doing that consistently over time sends a message, and it changes your brain patterns, and it says, I'm worthy of time to just be. Amazing. Amazing things that could do for you. Not to mention the physical health benefits and mental health benefits beyond that. Number 4, do your shadow work. Don't run from your shadow. Turn around and face it, because you deserve to live without fear. Fear is the opposite of love. So when you turn around and you look at your fears and you face them, because you're not putting up with fear anymore, you're taking an action that is loving towards yourself. And the more shadow work you can do from that state, not from the state of mind of something's wrong with me, I'm going to fix it, but from the state of wanting to learn about yourself, understand yourself, and be loving towards yourself, the better I feel. So I lost track of what number I'm on, but allow yourself to do things that bring you joy and an experience with other high vibrations. So allow yourself to work with gratitude. Make a gratitude list. Take note of what you appreciate, and not just focus on all of the things that you don't like, because it's loving, because it feels better. It feels better to feel gratitude than it does to feel disappointment and all of that. So allow yourself to feel it. Enjoy. Share with others. Share the high vibrations with others. If you have pets, or there are, stray animals around or something, give them love, give them attention. Allow yourself to be in their presence and interact with them. Allow the gift of their being, their essence and their being in your vicinity. Allow yourself to receive it. Pet them, listen to them purr, enjoy them, enjoy their company. And, you can do this with humans as well if you want. Humans and non-human animals, everyone. And, nature as well. Allow yourself to enjoy things and receive the gift of their presence. And give. Allow yourself to give and share your high vibrations with other people, because it feels really good to give. When you're doing it from a place of true desire, you desire to give, so you give. It feels good, rather than I have to, so I'm going to. Don't do, not from that place, but from the place of, I want to smile at that person. Smile at them. I want to give them a compliment. Give them a compliment. I want to pet the cat. Well, if the cat wants you to pet him, then pet him. You give it and receive it. Yeah. A lot of things you can do really have to do with your energy and connecting with your chakras and your energy systems, ability to give and receive. And this culture has been very blocked in certain areas for most people. So it's just take loving actions towards yourself on a deeper level than just immediate gratification, because that's low vibrational. That's the low vibrational aspect of love. And that is a very low vibrational state, that low vibrational lust, codependency thing. When you look at the emotions behind that, fear, inadequacy, desperation, sadness, loneliness, you're trying to fill something you're trying to take away something that feels horrible, and you're trying to replace it with something that feels good. That action is loving. To have yourself feel better is loving. However, there's so much negative emotions there that a lot of people really need to experience the vibration of acceptance first, and just loving themselves and accepting themselves and the moment as it is without trying to change it, because it's over-dominated. It's over-dominated with the negative emotions. It becomes a matter of that one thing of wanting to feel better is loving, but you've got all these other low vibrational things of like your motivation being fear and wanting to escape and run away, and desperation and neediness, confusion, hate for the moment, hate and discontent for the present moment. So rearranging that can be pretty important. The present moment, acceptance, yourself, acceptance, then love. It's not always, it's the present moment. So I don't know, I hope this was helpful. Like I said, it is a tricky topic to talk about. Not sure how well I did, but please let me know in the comments. I really appreciate and love all of your likes and shares and nice comments. So please keep it coming. And I guess that's everything. If you have any questions or anything you want to share, comment section is down below for you. Thank you, and be well. Alright, I came up with some more specifics. Date yourself. Okay, so I admit it, at one point I read Dating for Dummies and Relationships for Dummies as well. So anyway, in one of those books, they tell you to start dating yourself. And I tried this. And you know what? It works. It's great. And when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. It might sound silly at first, but it makes a lot of sense. If you are waiting and looking for someone else to do something with you, you want to go and you want to enjoy yourself, you want to, go out for tea, you want to do this, you want to do that, you're telling yourself that you're not worth it. Only you and another person are worth it, but you on your own aren't worth it. And you have to feel worth it in order to attract it. Really. Obviously, people do attract dates without dating themselves, but, to be in that, I think to get to that second level, really, you gotta be willing to date yourself and to do it. So go out and enjoy things. Don't wait on other people. And if you set aside time to date yourself regularly, to go ahead and go places you want to go, and you're going to be raising your vibration. You'll enjoy it, happier. You'll be working through some of your shadow stuff, perhaps as well. And so that's great. In combination with, or instead of, set aside time to do stuff that is loving and that you enjoy with yourself. Whether that's give yourself pedicures or, to read a book you enjoy, things like that. Just set aside time for yourself to enjoy. enjoy time, because you're worth it. And so those are two of them. What was the other one? Get honest with yourself. Get honest with yourself and make lists. Write down what you want. What do you think if you feel inadequate in some way? If there's, if you resonate with yourself as half of a circle looking for the whole circle, well, what does that other circle have that you don't? What is it that you're aspiring to be that you're not, or want working with you as a team that you don't have all on your own? Get honest with yourself. Write down the things that you don't like about yourself or that you want to change, that you think are inadequate, and so forth. This is a form of shadow work. And also, on the other side of that, write down your attributes. Write down things that you value in yourself. Write down what is great about you and what you love about yourself. Be honest. Don't try to be humble about it. Just write it down, all of it. Everything you can think of. Going further into that, if you're wanting a relationship, a romantic relationship or a partnership, or you're wanting to date people, whatever it is you're wanting, know what you want. Write it down. It doesn't mean that you're inflexible and unwilling to change. You can categorize it as must-haves, would be nice to have, and so forth. But in doing so, in allowing yourself to put it on paper, release it, and validate what you are feeling right now, you're taking a big step. It's a big loving step, and it's getting clear, because those lower vibrations, it's a bunch of dense energy. It's very confused. And, a lot of people don't even know what they want. They don't know what they want in a relationship. They just know what they don't want. They don't want to feel lonely. They don't want to feel inadequate. They don't want this. They don't want that. So being honest with yourself as well. Don't censor it of, oh, I shouldn't want this, but I do. Just write down what you want in another person, and as specific as you want to get. And then if you can understand and be open to the fact that your energy, you're changing, that might change, and that the universe might bring to you something better, and be open to recognizing that at the time, that can help. So for example, you might think, well, I want a boyfriend or a girlfriend, I want a husband or a wife, whatever. I want a relationship where the partner is wealthy, where they have a lot of money. And you might think, oh, but I shouldn't want that. That's wrong. That's shallow. That's bad. Write it down. Make peace with the now. It's okay. Your desires are okay for them to be right now. And so you get clear about that. Write all that stuff down. I want them to be rich. I want them to be attractive. I want them to be supportive, and I want them to be supportive in this way, and da 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 da. This is how they're going to show me they're supportive, and so on. Write all those details down, and get them out there, and go from there. Like I said, remember the flexibility thing, but becoming clear on what you want and allowing your conscious mind to recognize what you want, I think, is a very important step in self-love, and getting past all of those suppressions and shames and shouldn'ts and all of that, because that's unloving. Telling yourself, like, shame on you for wanting a rich mate, that is not loving yourself. And like I talked about, loving yourself to embody love, and so on, pass it on. So those are a few more tips that are specific that I found in my mind and decided to bring to the camera. There are a lot of great heart chakra meditations as well, expanding your heart, and so forth. So check them out too.